English differences between 8 English speakers. All right. And then they ask a question: what is aluminium foil in your English? It's always kind of funny that these titles are clearly written by a Korean person. I know that, I can tell. Without further ado, anyways, let's see. Let's try not to be disrespectful to the lady. I'm just gonna be here. All right, go.
Well, that is a cart.
Like Mario Kart.
Yeah, I mean, if you put Mario in there, like the one section train you ride in San Francisco, like up the hill.
That's a tram.
There is a tram.
It's not. It's a tram.
Here's a
But
tram.
Americans don't call knitted things jumpers, do you?
Where's this jumping? Why are we jumping here? I don't know. Are we like jumping somebody? Like.
You know, the jumping part is actually kind of funny because to me it's always made sense to say jumper rather than sweater. Mostly because, I mean, they're both correct. If you put a sweater on, I suppose you will sweat if it's hot enough. But at the same time, the jumper literally jumps on you. That's how I remembered it. Because, I mean, you can't just, it's not like a button down or a cardigan, right? It needs to jump on you. A bit like mail armor, chainmail for some people. No? Okay, fine. Anyways, I want to see which version I use, if it has changed.
No, I think Canada and us are going to be obviously almost identical, and then everybody else is kind of do their own thing. It's like
Right.
just a little bit different, but like kind of similar. But our two are going to be, all the pronunciations are going to be really quite different.
Yeah, I think they're all really.
I don't really think it's a matter of pronunciation in this case, obviously, but I think it's a matter of vocabulary use. Yeah, sure. If you look at like British English and then you compare it with New Zealand, South African English, and so Kiwi English for New Zealand, Aussie. Yeah, of course, they're all going to sound more similar. It's closer. For some reasons, it is closer. Probably because it happened later. It's my guess, but whatever. But there are major differences, like between Australian English and English, while they may sound closer when it comes to the accent, still different, but closer than if you compare it to someone from Texas or California. At the same time, though, they don't always use the same terms.
Different. I think maybe you two might have some similar ways of saying things, but because I'm like
She's Northern. Yeah, she's from Liverpool, isn't
so far up north,
isn't she?
I think that mine's going to be a bit different.
I want to make a request. Can you just turn like full Liverpool accent on?
Just like full on like
Full on.
paddy to baddy.
Like, so let's-
But if you get confused, like, oh, what's the correct British standard? I'm from London.
ask me. That's what you should ask.
Yeah, they put on that fancy accent to impress people. You get the better one from me.
The Beatles are from Liverpool.
Yeah, they are. The film's coming out soon as well, the Beatles film.
That was random luck. Random.
Who's from London? What
Me.
popular singers?
Blur.
Arsenal. All right, so let's move forward. I want to see what words we've got. English word differences.
So in America, we would call the last year of high school senior year, and it's the best year.
In Australia, just year 12, go from 1 to 12.
Yeah, I think it's the same actually in the UK. We say year 12.
Can't remember how many years we've got in school, is it 12?
I know, that's what
Not interested in this one. Not interested in this one. Let's see for the next one. Next one. What's the next one? I'm not interested in this. I want to see something more fun. Yeah, this is what I want to know.
You're in the last year of primary school, we'd say sixth year.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Well, that obviously is a cart.
Obviously.
Like Mario Kart.
Yeah, I mean, if you put Mario in there, you have a much.
That's not what Mario Kart is at all.
Yeah. No, that's a cart. You put your groceries in.
In Australia, we say trolley.
In the
Same, yeah.
UK, we say trolley or shopping trolley.
In the north of UK as well, we also say trolley.
In Aotearoa, New Zealand, we would say trolley.
In Canada, we say shopping cart.
Yeah. Trolley or shopping trolley in London.
In Scotland, trolley.
Kart is like go-kart, no?
Well, I've never said cart before.
Okay,
We've
you
always
always
say
say
shopping
shopping
cart.
cart.
Yeah.
Get the cart. I guess we'd say that. But a trolley is like the thing you ride, like the one section train you ride in San Francisco, like up the hill.
Oh, that's a
That's like
trolley.
the only trolley in America.
That's a tram in the UK, isn't it? Yeah, that's a tram.
Well, it's not. It's a trolley.
And a car.
All right, so which one do I use? I've always said trolley, but I think now that I live in the US and I'm talking to my wife, last time we went to freaking, where did we go? Trader Joe's. It's my favorite, by the way, non-sponsored, I suppose. Or when we go to Publix, or, we don't really go to Kroger that much. We like Trader Joe's and Publix. Yeah, I remember I said something like, get the shopping cart. I think we do use shopping cart now because I'm in the US. What am I going to say? Get a trolley in the US? I suppose.
Cart is obviously for horses and
So I say both. Yeah, cart for horses.
Yeah, as well.
You can attach that to a horse if you want to. It's not going to work very well, but you can.
Maybe they do that in Texas or something, yeah.
We have that expression in British English, right? Off your trolley.
Ah,
Like,
yeah,
if you're mental or
And you
crazy,
If you're mental.
You get trolleyed.
you get trolleyed.
Get
yeah.
trolleyed.
But that works for any word in the English language, no?
Hey,
I
get
don't know
carted.
if you can't get carted.
Oh, that's right.
You can. I'll show you.
After you get trolleyed, you get carted away
Oh, it does work. Yeah.
in the trolley.
Get carted away in a trolley. That was great.
I wonder why it is off your trolley.
Yeah.
I think
Because
the
it can't be
wheels
this
aren't-
trolley.
The wheels are falling off. Right?
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been this trolley that they based that expression
See,
on,
they
right?
don't even know what they're talking about. Just call it a cart, and we'll make it.
Is it common in the US and Canada, like when you're drunk, you put your friends in the trolley and then like
Oh
push them?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
Let's move to the next one. What's the next one?
So in America, we call this a sweatshirt or a hoodie because it has a hood. But you can just call it a sweatshirt too.
in Australia, jumper or jacket. Probably I
Jacket?
would call it a jumper.
Jacket.
A jacket?
Probably more jumper actually. Jacket's more the one
Yeah.
with the buttons, right? Okay.
Not necessarily. That's a shirt. I think we're getting confused here, but whatever.
Yes, I would say hoodie. I'd go for hoodie or jumper.
Yeah,
Jumper,
in
yeah.
Northern England, we'd also say hoodie.
Yeah, I'll tell
Hoodie.
New Zealand hoodie. If it didn't have a hood on it, then obviously it wouldn't be a hoodie. It'd be
Yeah.
something else. But it's got a hood on it, so it's a hoodie. Yeah.
True.
What if there was no bottom half, just the top? Is that
That's
a
just
hoodie? A hood without the ear.
There in Canada, it's just hoodie.
Yeah, in the UK, I think hoodie, but isn't it hooded something as well? Like
Hooded sweatshirt.
maybe a
Oh,
hooded
yeah, maybe
sweatshirt.
it is that.
That
And we just say
sounds
hoodie
right.
for
Hooded
short.
sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I don't think they say sweatshirt in England. I've never heard it when I was there. I always said jumper.
Yeah.
I think so.
Maybe
yeah.
it is that, but no one says that. Can you
No.
just get my hooded sweatshirt?
No, but I used to work in Next, you know, the clothes store, and I think they were called hooded sweatshirt.
Really? So maybe it is a little more technical
I
than
think you're right,
Their full
yeah.
name, yeah.
I think you are right.
But yeah, I think
Wow.
in Scotland you call it a hoodie or a jumper. I think a jumper is really jumping out at me.
But isn't jumper like knitted? No?
I see what he's going with it. The problem is that we are not seeing the image they are looking at. So I wish they actually showed that, because if this is not knitted, then it's it's a hoodie.
But then if you had a hooded jumper, then what would that be?
That would be a knitted monstrosity.
Yeah, true. Very good point. That's why it's probably a sweatshirt. Okay, we got it. This investigation needs to be thorough here. And guess what we do on this channel? So what they are looking at is the regular hoodie, which of course is not knitted, which means that a jumper is knitted though, so you would really never have a hooded jumper. Yeah, great, fantastic. Next,
Shirt.
You'd call it a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
You don't call those jumpers
You don't call
definitely.
that a jumper.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, and Americans don't call knitted things jumpers, do you?
Where's this jumping? Why are we jumping here? I don't know. Are we like jumping somebody? Like,
Is there no jumper?
no. Well, like jumping a jumper like
Well, of course.
off the bridge. Like, out of an airplane. There's no physical. There's no need to jump. So okay. So where does this jump thing come from?
Well, don't you call it a pullover?
What's a knitted thing then? Like in Bridget Jones' Diary?
Wool knitted sweater?
Yeah. That's too... Really?
I don't know.
Where are you from?
Very confused.
I do believe the jumper thing comes from the idea that the piece of clothing needs to jump on you in order for you to wear it, because it doesn't have buttons and it's not opened in the middle. That is what I think.
Yeah, hoodie. I'm just going hoodie, straight up hoodie. I think
hoodie.
for no confusion in our country, we'd call it a hoodie. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So in America, we call this a Band-Aid. That's what it is.
I would call it a band-aid as well. In Australia, I guess band-aid.
Wow.
It can be a plaster as well, but I would say band-aid.
In my area of the UK, we call this a plaster.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, in Northern England, we call it a plaster as well.
Aotearoa, New Zealand, 100% plaster. I think Band-Aid is a brand.
Yeah.
It's a brand of plasters, is it? A plaster, a band-aid, a plaster. What do you say? Particularly if you're a native speaker, imagine you're going to use the version that is from your region. Although then again, unless you're moving somewhere else, then if you did move somewhere else, did that change? Or do you still call it that way? Here, so of course, if I'm talking on my own, then probably I would say, oh, where the heck did I put the plaster? But then again, if I went to a Target, the section where they have the little pharmacy, if you will, the drugstore, of course I'm going to have to switch. I'm going to say, excuse me, where are the Band-Aids? I'd like to buy a box of Band-Aids. That's what I would say. So area dependent. And I guess eventually, if you keep saying that, it could happen that your mental version may switch, particularly if you're non-native like me. But for a native, would you call it a plaster no matter what? Let me know in the comments. And how weird does plaster sound? Because the guy on the left is being very theatrical, which is fun. But if you're American, I'm going to ask my wife, in fact, but how weird does the word plaster sound to you?
And again, a drunk term to get plastered.
Yeah, we say that, yeah.
Canada
Really?
is just Band-Aid as well.
Yeah, in London, definitely plaster. I'd never heard of Band-Aid before. going
Plaster.
abroad.
Yeah, Scotland, plaster.
Like, isn't Band-Aid that thing that they did, like Band-Aid, for charity?
Band-Aid.
Yeah.
I think it comes from the brand Band-Aid.
Oh, they did?
You know how like Kleenex tissue? It's
Right.
just the same thing because Kleenex is just a brand.
But didn't they raise money for African kids
Because
with
they're,
Band-Aid?
because they're putting a Band-Aid over Africa.
Oh, is that what it was?
I don't know.
Oh, is that what it was? You believed it? Oh my gosh, what's the next one? Come on.
A hard cast or like a.
Right, okay.
We would just call that like I broke my arm 3 times, so it's just like a hard cast or like a soft cast. And I had 3 plaster
Yeah,
hard
cast.
casts. We just call it hard
okay,
cast.
I see.
Soft cast.
It's just like
Just a band.
foam and cotton.
Yeah.
So you can actually bend it.
No, it's just it keeps your arm straight, but it's just soft because like the break is not as severe, so it's just like a soft cast. So in America, we call this dinner.
Okay, I see where we're going here.
In Australia, we call it dinner as well.
What are we talking about?
I think they're talking about the late meal during the day. I'm going to try and guess. So, the UK is usually, so in the north, they will call lunch dinner. So that's what I'm expecting the Liverpoolian, the Scouser, to say. She's going to call, unless she's changing it. And then, so once, since they swap lunch for dinner, then dinner, meaning the actual late meal, they call it tea in the north of England. Even if you're not having tea, they call it tea. But you come over for tea. I've heard it a million times. First time I was a little confused, in fact. I'm like, why have you been brushed by the Queen? They want me for tea? But no, it was just dinner. There was no tea involved. But when it comes to London, I actually expect him to say, normally I would just expect lunch and dinner, but because he sounds posh, maybe he'll say supper. That could be the difference. So, and then in Scotland, I wonder if they do it like the north of England. We'll see. It's interesting.
This is confusing.
Yeah, right. So we call the last meal of the day dinner, but we would also call like what's on your plate a dinner, and we would also say like going out to dinner.
Not what I was expecting you to say.
Oh, there are other things as well,
Yeah.
right?
So in Northern England, for
Yeah.
the last meal of the day dinner, we'd call it tea. You're having your
That's what I'm talking about, and I know that. They call it tea.
tea. And then dinner you can say for like lunchtime.
Yes.
But nowadays more people are saying lunch, but yeah, we'd say dinner for lunchtime and then
I told you, I know that because I lived in both the south and the north of England, so I remember that.
tea is the dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
We are the same out here in New Zealand. You can call it dinner, but most times in a general conversation we
Really?
say tea time. Or what's for tea? It's tea time. My mum would call us for tea, but we don't drink any tea at tea.
Uh-huh.
We eat dinner at tea.
Fascinating that that's the same in New Zealand. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's
Canada's same dinner as the States.
In London, yeah, you can't call it dinner, tea, or even supper for the last meal.
I knew it was gonna say supper, guys. I'm on my A game today.
And then at school, which is really confusing, you call them school dinners, even though it's lunchtime.
True.
Like, and people say lunch when they're not in school, but then you call it a school dinner for lunch in London
I had no idea, so this is good to know. Of course, I did not go to school in England, so I missed this part.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, like just from when I was younger, like I would always be called for tea. Sorry, for dinner. For tea, like tea's up. Like yeah.
All right, so the same in Scotland. Fascinating. You see, that's why it's always nice to learn from natives, because even someone like me who has lived in the country for a few years when I was younger, there are things I missed because, as I say, I did not go to school. I had already almost finished school, but I did not go to school anyways. And then I finished school afterwards when I returned to Italy. So This is something you learn from a native because natives have more experience in the land. And good luck finding this in books. I really like this episode.
Tea's up, tea's ready. Supper, never in my house. We'd never say supper, but that's just in my house. And then dinner for like lunches at school as well would be school dinners. Yeah.
But not outside of school.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Lunch,
No, never. Yeah, never.
Because you call them dinner ladies as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
the people who serve you lunch, not lunch
Dinner
ladies, right?
Lunch ladies. Yeah, you would call
Tea,
them lunch
tea's a
ladies.
British term, obviously, because
Yeah.
it's around the consumption of tea.
Like afternoon
So
tea and
do the North Americans have morning tea and afternoon tea?
And we have like green tea.
Drink. I mean, like their meal between, I think it's called brunch as well, but snack time, yeah, between breakfast and lunchtime, you have morning tea. And
You gotta
one
stop saying tea, I'm
between,
so confused
between
right
dinner and lunchtime is afternoon tea. Do you guys have
These are low teas.
So there's like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then I always thought tea time was like after lunch, before dinner. Like you guys would sit down and like with your tea and crumpet.
That's just the posh. That's the actual posh. And then you boil it in milk rather than boiling it in water if you to have royalty. Royalty, yeah, great. But yeah.
And like have a nice little
That would
time.
be afternoon tea.
Do you guys do that?
afternoon
Some
tea?
people do.
Okay. So I have another question that I saw online between Gary Neville and Ian Wright. Ian was talking about how he didn't know what tea time was. Is that because, like, in the African English community, they don't say tea time? Or it's just because he's, like, from the south and he's not from the north, and Gary's, like, from the north?
Oh, that's a good question. But no, down in the south, we'd say tea as well.
Oh, okay.
But maybe it's the Afro-Caribbean roots. Maybe.
Do your, like, African friends that live in England, do they say tea time? Have you heard them talk about tea time? Because, like, when he talked about it, he had no idea what they were talking about.
I do think it depends. If they are of African ancestry, but they have been living there since birth, or if they've been living there for a very long time and you can tell they have a very good accent, like, okay, this person has basically assimilated, I would imagine that they would also acquire the vocabulary. I've seen that happen. In fact, I've seen it happen in Italy. Sometimes I remember, like, I was visiting, because I'm from the south of Italy, the island, Sicily, and I was visiting my relatives in the northeast, where my dad is from. And then at one point, I remember running into this couple of, there were like two black guys, but one of them was clearly brought up there because he sounded so northern. It was actually funny because it didn't just sound northern, he was speaking in the regional variety. So was basically using a regional language, which oftentimes Italian call a dialect, and it was funny to me. Like, for instance, in this city called Udine in the north, instead of saying ciao ciao or ciao, they will say mandi. And to hear someone who looks African meaning black, because you can have white Africans like in South Africa, but I'm saying African in the sense of black, and then saying mandi, to me sounded so strange. But I guess it would be strange, not in a negative sense, but it sounded strange. You don't expect it. And I think it's the same if you have someone from the north visiting Sicily and then they run into a black person or an Asian. At that point, it can be anyone who clearly doesn't look like the local population ethnically, but then they end up speaking Sicilian. Like, not even Italian, but they go like "amoni kushi assiatati," like actually speaking. But it's the weirdest. Even more so if they still have a little bit of a foreign accent. It's the weirdest combination ever. But it's great. It's usually really funny actually to see.
To be fair, like I think we would say like going round to a friend's house for tea, or
Yes.
whatever like that. So I think if your parents were raised in the UK, they'd probably say that. But if they weren't, maybe.
Yeah, if they're from elsewhere.
Makes sense,
But
yeah.
I feel like the more north you go, the more tea is like really
True.
set in stone,
True.
right?
True.
And dinner is lunch, even outside of school, maybe.
Yes,
The more north you
he's
go.
correct.
Yeah.
So in America, we call this plastic wrap.
Oh, I thought it was a different name, yeah.
In Australia, I'd call it cling wrap. I'm not sure if it's just the brand, but in my house, we call it cling wrap.
See, as I say, it's difficult to participate, though. And there's a little, what do you call it, a criticism, constructive criticism, if they ever watch this, I don't know, my reactions. But it would be great if you could show us during editing what you're showing them. It would only take like an extra, 5 minutes for the editors to make sure that just at the very beginning we see what they are seeing, because otherwise I don't know what they're on about. And sometimes I can, of course, imagine it, but if you remember with the hoodie section, it was kind of confusing because what material is it? What does it actually look like? And in this case as well. Anyways, I'm going to stop the reaction here, but because we reacted for more than half the episode. Do click the link in the description if you want to go and continue to watch it if you enjoyed it or you wanted to subscribe to the channel. And thank you very much for watching and joining Metatron's Academy. Have a good one. If you appreciate my content so far and wish to help ensure my ability to continue to tell it how it is, regardless of any possible backlash, please support this channel on Patreon. Any support helps me and my team of academics keep the channel strong and gives us the means to fight back against the political rewriting of history. Stand with us, form the wall, defend the truth.